Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well because they're having a wonderful 19th September 2024. I think this button is broken because I've been trying to fix it for 4 videos now. Today diet. Today diet is super simple. We're doing 2 packs of ramen. I know a lot of ramen, but these are again old thing that I had in the pantry. I'm trying to take away. I'm trying to eat before we have to throw away. We're gonna do 3 packs, 3 sausage of turkey. The 2 ramen pack will run me about 600 calories. We'll do 2 ficellos, which is 90, which is 120. We'll do 3 turkey jerky, which is 3 times 80, which is 240. And lastly, we'll do a Monster Energy drink, which is 10 calories, and some nuts and cheese. Nuts is gonna be about 120, 150, 200. So this is the thing that we're gonna be ingesting on the the in 19th of September. I'm sorry. Just a lot of work. It's just a lot of stress today. A lot of stress today, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You got some big plan coming to the channel. Of course, this is stressful. Lastly, if I can add a little something, as they say, in multiple places in the world. If we could add a little something, I'd probably add the fact that when I do my ramen, which is possibly 3-4 times a week, we have a lot of them. I do include mayo, and I do include single craft, which is processed cheese. If you want me to add to these, I will. I just don't know, because technically, when you're talking about find out your change in what you're eating, your eating habits, right? You're talking about meals, you're talking about snacks, you're not talking about condiment. You're not gonna say, hey, I had a. But then again, if you have a coffee and that coffee is 90 calories, it's not a big deal. But if you have 3 coffees, instant coffee that are 90s, that's 270. Now 270 is not a big deal, and it's not a big deal, but I do remember, and that's actually crazy. So I told you guys before I had this job, right? And I was really fat. That didn't work. And I have a friend, Charles, Georges. J'espère que tu vas bien, mon homme, ça fait longtemps. And George of the Jungle. Love that show. George was a ex-bodybuilder, really knew his shit. He lost a lot of weight with work. He worked out a lot. This guy had a job, he had to go to school, and he went to gym, so huge respect for George. Plus, he was a nice guy too. And George, what he did was, he was talking about, he made me a diet, and that diet was 1,600. So this is your weight, this is your height, this is what you need to lose some weight. And I was like, dude, I cannot make it. I never can make it. Why? Okay, well, let's check what you're eating together. And back then, I was doing 4 instant coffee a day. So one when work starts, one after my break, one after dinner, one after work. So that's 4, right? And he said, did you know that how many calories are in there? And I was like, nah. And it was 90 calorie each. It was Nescafe. So super cheap, super cheap. And 360, when your budget is 1,600 calories, 360 is, I'm not good at math, but I'm good enough to know that it's 1/3, so it's 33% of your, no, 1/5, so it's 20% of your daily intake of calories. So 20% is a shit ton. Even if you want, if I also should add, right? Because some people are going to follow this journey. I should also add a very simple fact. If you weren't eating food from the pantry, if you're eating a lot of food, I would strongly recommend peanut butter. And one that people don't think about, but is actually super healthy, is Nutella. Nutella, I know what you're saying, is chocolate inky. How can it be healthy? Nutella will fill up your sweet craving, and it's very low calorie and very filling. So you're gonna have a toast of Nutella, and it'll fill you more than, I don't know, a slice of cake, right? And it's like a cake does contain more calories. So it's yesterday I was watching Rich Piana, and he's right. Is the amount of good calories that you can take. If you have a budget of 1,600, then make sure that those 1,600 does fill you up. the cheese, I know the cheese doesn't fill me up. I know it doesn't. But this is my treat every single day. The nuts in themselves, yes, they're filling up a need. But nuts are a natural laxative. So without giving out too much information, the nuts I'm gonna eat them. For example, I'm gonna eat them at 10 a.m. and by 10, 12 p.m. I'm gonna poop shoot them. And because we're poop shoot them, well, yes, it fills you up. Yes, it's nutrition, but does your body have the time to access all of those nutriments in 12 hours? I don't know. There's this whole digestive process, and we could check today. There's a whole digestive process of, okay, well, this is how my body breaks down nutrients. Fun fact: protein and carb doesn't have the same destruction time and the gastric acid. The gastric acid is actually super important for that. So yes, we get nutrients. But if my whole health journey is based on nuts, because if you look at it, if you really take the time to look at it, cheese is healthy. Cheese is somewhat healthy, but it's a lot of cream, and there's healthier thing than cheese. Look at ramen. Ramens are not healthy. If you look at nuts, super healthy, and if you look at the energy drinks, not healthy at all. And that's basically what I eat on a daily basis. Now I'm gonna have one of those also. But those are very special. Those, we had those yesterday. They're very, very special because they're made for that. They're made for bodybuilder. They're made for gym. They've been made not in laboratory, but they've been made with the intent of selling to people that are trying to lose weight, right? So these are special. You will not find a product. It's like having protein powder. Protein powder is possibly one of the best thing you can have. However, how many store will sell you a piece of food that has the same nutritional value as the protein powder? Next to none. And it's also about, listen, like I said before, 1,600, I really want my calories to matter. The best thing I'm eating right now are nuts. Well, we're also eating the turkey jerky, which is possibly pretty good because there's a lot of carbs. There's a lot of fat, good fat, animal fat. Why is animal fat better, good? Well, you can take and again, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian, so I don't know much about it, but I know for a fact that if you do take, for example, chips, and trust me, I love chips. I've been eating chips since my childhood, and I spend a lot of the days out of the last 10 years eating chips, almost daily. If not daily, it's maybe weekly chips. And chips are fried, so they're oil, and the oil are not necessarily something you want. When you fry something, when you fry fries, how much of that oil are you throwing away? Right? There's a reason why. There's a reason. And a fucking restaurant who's working and making a profit will not throw away things, but it will throw away every single day gallons of oil. Why? Because it's not healthy. So yeah, the turkey jerky is possibly one of the best things because it does have some good fat, it does have some protein, it does have some carbs. The ramen, technically speaking, do not contain a lot of protein and a lot of fiber, so that's why they're not healthy. But they do contain a lot of carbs, which is great for the body. Rich Piana was calling, and the reason why I'm watching Rich Piana is because, once again, he was my forefather and built bodybuilding, and Rich was calling the pasta a cheap man carbs. It was saying it's very cheap and it's very good. What I don't understand about Rich, and I fucking love that guy. I fucking respect the shit out of that guy. However, dude doesn't take advantage of smaller protein. Like, for example, I don't think I saw him once eat peanut butter. And peanut butter is one of the best things. A lot of people are saying that peanut butter isn't so good because it's very fatty. But I don't know. I think if you look at the healthy selection of food, I think peanut butter is there, right? And it's complicated because you don't want to follow a government thing to say, hey, this is healthy, because the government works with money, and I'm not saying every single government is corrupted, but if I had a choice and said, hey, to the government, hey, I want you to tell that my sausage, which is the whole conspiracy of breakfast, is based on that. and they're saying like, hey, this is super important to eat, but it's not really. We got Ministry of Health in Canada. He's a fat person, which I'm fat too. I don't judge, but you're showing the example, right? If I see a dude smoking in the street, I will not say something. If I see a dude smoking in front of his children, I'll say, yo, bro, it's possibly not the best thing you did today. And yeah, so I tend not to want to follow these because I'm like, well, what do I know? That's also why Rich Piana is one of my favorite, one of my hero, because he was talking about good eating. Now, technically, Rich Piana does have his own product, so he has a interest in. The dude is sadly passed away, right? So, anywho, long enough video. Holy shit, I ramble. But I love you guys. Take it easy.